The Hamish and Andy Show podcast. Powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.
In life, you can sometimes meet a girl that will take your breath away.
My word, she's beautiful.
You approach her, but you find yourself lost for words.
Shall we, sorry, shall we go for supper?
And that person may go on to steal your heart. Or just steal your jacket.
What?
Yes, that's the accusation from a young man called Tim. But was it taken? Was it lost? Or was it in fact stolen? The truth is out there, and the People Show will uncover it. It is the day of the jacket.
Wow, Ham.
What an opener. I think we covered 6 different film genres there. We had horror, we had rom-com, we had action film. We now have thriller going in the background.
And mystery, Ham. This is exciting. Today
And
on the
also
show,
animation. Probably part of it could have been animated.
Ham, today on the show, we want to uncover a truth. Yes, my mate Tim, he went out on the weekend and there was a girl that he invited to supper after a fairly big night of drinking. It was late. And he claims that as he went to pay for the supper, she ran away with his jacket.
Am I right in saying we can get Tim up in a moment for the full case, the full story, all the facts?
Yeah, we'll get all the evidence from Tim straight after this next song.
There are so many questions that have to be asked and answered today before I'm satisfied.
And then we'll try and track her down. I'm sure we'll be able to. But let's get the facts from Tim
she's already
first.
in Mexico. He's wearing that sweet jacket.
I mean, it was
sweating.
Yeah, a lot. Anyway, Tim will join us after this. Enjoy this mystery for the next 40 minutes or so, I hope, Ham.
At least. If not, a solid 20.
Yeah, exactly. It's after this, the happy hour. Hamish, we mentioned at the top of the show...
A mystery.
There is a mystery out there. There might be a burglary. There is a chief suspect. Is a victim.
This has absolutely got my investigative skills tingling, Ando.
There is a victim, and that victim is Tim, our mate Tim. He joins us now. Tim, terrific weekend, wasn't it?
It was fun. It was fun for the most part, you'd have to say.
Yes. Explain to us what happened and what time and where.
The night started and ended like most of my nights, me drinking on my own with no top. But
it's good to see you have a beer while you're getting ready.
Yeah. And was just enjoying a few drinks with a friend's birthday and met a lovely lady. And we seemed to get along really well. And then just thought, to replenish the energy from the night, thought I'd invite her to have a bit of a bite to eat at the end of the night.
Right. So some restaurants' kitchens might have closed by then, so had to find a place that maybe was serving supper.
Yes,
supper.
Okay, lovely.
So you went for supper at, say, 4 in the morning, because I know the answer.
Well, we've got to put something down on our form here, Tim, so we'll just say 4.
Then
well, see, this is where it got a little bit strange in that's, I think, when you offer the invite of, supper, that you go there for supper, and it was me having one drink, and then the partner that I invited decided that she didn't actually want to speak anymore.
Hang on, didn't want to speak to you anymore?
Well, she, honestly, there was no communication verbally. She sort of turned to winks and nods and a lot of shaking of the head.
But she came to supper happily.
Happily. Well, it seemed to be, and I honestly gave her so many outs and almost like a hint that maybe you shouldn't be doing this. But
it's just supper. I mean, what damage can a souvlaki or wherever the supper was, what damage can it do?
So then, post the supper, Tim, so when she stopped speaking, then you said, what, let's call it a night?
I just said, look, why don't I put you in a cab and, we'll both go our separate ways, as is usually the case. And
I hope you didn't say that, because it does project a certain frailty.
True.
You haven't had luck.
And then I said, look, I'm going to pay, I'm going to visit the men's, and then let's get out of here. So I do that. I hold up my end of the bargain. Return to the seat where we were supposed to be sitting, and She's not there, and my jacket's not there either.
So you think she's stolen your jacket?
That's
Look.
what this comes down to, isn't it? I was told there was a jacket crime, and this is the moment you think that she's decided. Do you think she always intended to steal your jacket, or was it a crime of convenience?
Well,
Did you give her the jacket for warmth earlier?
no.
So she wasn't wearing it?
No, she definitely wasn't wearing it.
Okay.
Was there anyone else around that could have stolen the jacket? Is this a crowded place, or was it just you guys by yourselves?
This was crowded. There were people seated everywhere, but no standing. So if someone had taken it, assume she left, then there was a period of maybe 2 minutes where someone else had to come in and grab it and leave in that time.
Which is possible.
Yeah.
It is.
Is it a good was it a good jacket?
No, it wasn't a great jacket, but it's my only one.
It is Tim's only jacket. Well, Tim, we know her name is Grace. You wanted me to try and track her number down.
Have you gone?
So I have got her number.
Wow.
Right.
So straight after
Tim, are
this,
you okay with this? I mean, sometimes it's best to let awkward nights lie, even if it costs you a jacket. Do you want to let this lie, or would you like us to talk to Grace next and see if she's got your jacket?
I'm going to choose the jacket call.
He's going to play on, and he's going to come back for the jacket.
Thanks, Tim. Stay there. We'll do that after this. Haim, we're in the middle of the saga of the jacket.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, Tim, was out late, invited a girl for supper. During the supper, they decided to go their separate ways. He left his jacket as he went to pay for the meal. This is very early hours of the morning, maybe 4 o'clock. Went to the men's, came back. She had gone.
So
no
the jacket. Now, the options are these. She left, and someone nearby decided to take the jacket.
Tim's still standing by on the phone.
Tim didn't have a proper look for the jacket because he said it was a crowded club / supper venue.
Yep.
Or she's weighed up her options and gone, I'd rather end this night with a men's jacket, than I would with the man. Now, it's always a problem when your clothes get selected over you.
Tim, is it possible that she thought you were waiting for her out the front and took the jacket?
Absolutely possible.
Yeah, okay.
All options are possible.
All right. Well,
Has she played the jacket instead of the man?
All right, Tim, you stand by. We're going to call.
You found the number here.
Yes, we've managed to track down the number through friends of friends of friends of friends. Hopefully, Grace is happy enough to take our call today.
We don't want to
upset Grace.
We certainly don't want to upset Grace. If she has the jacket accidentally, she might be looking for a way to get it back to Tim.
Hello.
Is that Grace?
Yeah.
It's Hamish and Andy here.
Hi, how you going?
Yeah, very well. Sorry to bother you. You're on the radio, just so you know, but we were just...
We're intrigued, Grace.
There's something that's happened, and you know the answer.
Do I know the answer?
Yeah, we're about to... So if we can take you back through an incident from Saturday night, great night, by the way, and lovely to meet you. You went for supper with a fellow called Tim later on in the evening. Is that right?
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, either that or Tim's lying to us, which could be a possibility too.
Then, when he came back from paying, he says that you'd left, but also taken his jacket.
Now, Grace, we were not going to sit here and let your name be trumpeted as a jacket thief without getting you up to defend your good name and reputation. As far as I know, you've never stolen a jacket in your life.
Never before, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
What? You nicked his jacket?
Oh, my God.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened, Grace? I mean, obviously there's a perfectly good explanation, but was it exciting to get the jacket?
No.
Was it the plan all along?
Yes.
Well,
Poor Tim.
So how did it come about?
I wish I could tell you, but it was more of a case of finding a jacket in my living room on Saturday morning.
Right.
So it was an accidental snatch?
It was an accidental thief. I think maybe it snuck into my bag. I wish I could tell you more.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Maybe you're just cold.
Or the insides of your bag were cold, like your wallet, when you needed to pop a jacket on them. Right.
Well,
so were you sort of left wondering whose jacket it was, or did you know that it was Tim's jacket?
No, like a little bit left wondering whose jacket it was, but now I know clearly it was Tim.
This is not a creepy, it's not creepy if you did this, but did you sniff the jacket to see if you
haven't.
You haven't. I thought you might have sniffed it to see if you could
creepy
get a familiar scent off it.
Well, the reason is, Grace, Tim contacted us and he was wondering if we could find you to perhaps get the jacket back. He really loved...
It's his only jacket.
It's his only jacket.
He's a one-jacket band.
Yeah, and he's here as well. Tim, are you there?
Grace.
Tim.
Just go about your chat, pretend we're not here.
I was just amazed. I thought, well, you didn't actually eat anything. And I thought, okay, she probably just wanted to get something out of the night, and the jacket was one thing. So
that was all I wanted, apparently. I'm really sorry.
all right. It was just so bizarre. So
I'm terribly sorry, but you are welcome. I shall return the jacket, I promise.
Tim smells of a second supper. Tim, come in a morph suit or something that's skin tight and can't be taken off.
Guys, thank you so much. Grace, well done. We'll make sure that you guys can get the jacket back to Tim. It's the happy hour.
We'll organise for a $12 off drinks voucher.
Yes. And it's time for...
A big company or Miley. Jack's looked it up so we will know the score. Who's got friends galore?
The battle that will last 1,000 years. It is Hamish and myself on behalf of the people.
No, that's right.
Versus Tony Barber.
Didn't we just lose our third one last week?
We did lose our second one last week.
Was it second?
I thought it was
third.
third.
No, we're up to 3.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, here's how it works. Jack picks 2 people or things on Facebook. We have to guess who's got the most friends. We play best out of 3. If we lose, we have to send one of the show's coasters, a happy hour coaster, to Tony Barber, ex-host of Sale of the Century. He is the show's nemesis due to an incident that happened last year. We don't have time to go into it now. We send it to his home address. We write nothing on it, and it is accompanied by nothing, but he goes out to his mailbox. He sees the coaster. He knows that he's got another edge on us. If he gets to 6 coasters, Tony Barber has got us sacked. Is that what
he has
decided?
Well, yeah, that because we think the happiness he'll have from having 5 other friends around to enjoy a 6-pack
and not damage his coffee table.
Yeah, will be so upsetting that forces us into retirement.
So we are playing for our careers here. Will we actually stop playing this game once we've given away 5? Who knows? No one knows the future. One man knows the questions, though, and that is Cackling Jack.
Take it away.
And I am unbiased in all of this. Although I want to see you guys win, I can't give you any clues or hints or make the game any easier than it is.
You took an oath. Oh, sorry, the closing of the laptops.
Yeah, just to make sure that we don't...
So they don't cheat.
Let's not look up Facebook.
Go for it.
Who's got more friends?
I don't know.
Michael Moore or Mandy Moore?
Classic Michael Mandy split.
Michael Moore would use Facebook a lot to communicate to all his followers on, updating scandals.
Yep.
Exposés.
Which Moore has more?
More or less. A classic game of more or less. I think it's got to be Michael, to be honest.
So do I.
Because I look at someone like my mother-in-law, as she adores Facebook and does like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Now, so Gertie would be following Michael Moore. She'd be friends with Michael Moore for sure.
Yep.
Would she be friends with Mandy Moore?
No,
she
we
wouldn't.
can't base it all off what Gertie's...
So therefore, everyone on the planet is friends with Michael Moore.
Let's go with Michael Moore. Yeah!
That's how you do it.
Great
Use
start.
your brain.
Yeah.
What's the numbers?
1.1 million friends Michael Moore on Facebook. Mandy Moore, only 500,000.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah. Hasn't done a lot.
Who's got more
Lately.
friends?
All right. She's a global name.
great.
We
Yeah.
know her name.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone magazine or the Rolling Stones?
I mean, they're the biggest band in the world.
Yeah, or one of. It's got to be.
The biggest band in the world versus the 19th biggest magazine.
Let's go Rolling Stones to have 2 from 2 at the band and take this home. Yeah!
Yes!
Yes! That is great.
Ando, pick up that guitar and play something. This song shall be known as the waltz of the barber. All right, that's enough. Settle down. It was just a win.
Pretty exciting.
Speaking of salutes, Ando, did you see the email we got sent by Thomas Magnum?
No.
I think you did, and maybe you've blocked it out of your brain. because it's someone, I think, at a music festival or at a signing. There's a friend of the show doing a salute of doing the V, peace symbol. Yep. But it's someone you know and love. You've sniffed her. It's DJ Havana Brown.
Haven't sniffed her.
You did admit on a recent show that you sniffed her.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
You said you sniffed in her vicinity.
I have sniffed in her vicinity.
That is all I need to know that you've sniffed her.
Which is
look at that, Ando.
Not her specifically, but there was a smell in the room.
You sniffed at her.
It wasn't at her.
To get
in
her
fact,
scent.
I sniffed away from her.
Yeah, because you were trying to pick up her scent, so you could chase her later in complete pitch blackness.
Yeah.
Look at that, Ando.
Yeah.
Oh, he's angry. It's a picture of DJ Havana Brown. She's holding hands with a shirtless hunk, and it's at a music festival, and she's taking a selfie with him. And the guy up the front is also shirtless, and he's wearing some Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
We're going to be right back after this, guys, because Andy has absolutely cracked it in here. You might be able to hear him destroying things in the background.
Yeah.
Because he's just realised, well, he's stuck in here with me, goofing off in the afternoon
you could
on the
have
radio.
your shirt off at a festival.
You could have your shirt off and be with these Ray-Ban
guys.
This Ray-Ban
Is
gang.
one of them Thomas Magnum?
Geez, I wonder if it probably is.
Yeah. So, might try and hang with his group.
I've got his email address if you want.
Haim, today on the show, we figured that in the past, we've been a bit unfair towards Pilates. You and I poo-pooed it and we went along with your mum.
That's true. Well, I mean, I had spent my whole life ridiculing it, and then we went down to beat Pilates.
Yeah.
I wore my leopard print leotard.
Yeah. And quite enjoyed it. And we wondered,
We had fun, didn't we?
we wondered whether...
And we learned that a lot of people do it.
Yeah, and we wondered whether it was maybe an unfair stigma attached to Pilates at the moment.
Yeah.
And it needed to be jazzed up by a more contemporary feel.
It certainly felt that way to us, didn't it?
We also wanted to make $1 out of jazzing it up.
You can't just work for free all the time.
So that's why, straight out of the Hamish and Andy gift shop, newly available is an album to inspire more people to go to Pilates. And here's the advertisement. I'm sure you'll be hooked.
If you thought Pilates was just for middle-aged women, think again. Pilates is for all ages, and this album will get you pumped up for a Pilates session, wherever or whenever. It's Hamish and Andy's 101 songs to fire you up for Pilates Volume 1. Volume 1. Nothing inspires a good stretch like the Venga Boys.
We like Pilates. We like Pilates.
And Pink will get you awkwardly bending on a strange contraption.
Get Pilates started on a Saturday night to improve your core strength on the left and the right.
If you're an instructor and want to encourage new people to your class, you might want to sing this Leslie Gore number.
It's Pilates. Have a free trial if you want to. Free trial if you want to. Free trial if you want to.
Hearing LMFAO will most certainly encourage you to hang upside down from every limb on one of those machines.
Pilates rocking in the house tonight. Strap your legs in and hold on tight.
There's Jessie J.
It's Pilates. I'll do what I want.
And Prince.
'Cause tonight we're gonna Pilates like it's 1999.
Which wouldn't be much, because this weird roped craze wasn't that popular back then. But it will be even more so now with Hamish and Andy's 101 songs to fire you up for Pilates Volume 1. Volume 1.
You gotta fight for your right to Pilates.
On sale now.
And Haim, that chill is coming across the studio again, and it gives you shivers because we're about to bring up something that it really hurts us to bring up.
If you're a regular listener of this show, you'd know that the greatest thing on earth you can ever have is a gold-coloured watch.
Yeah.
A young man, fairly and squarely, won one from us. I think it was gold-coloured watch number 15. Only 100 were ever forged. They're irreplaceable. Only 15 have ever been given away in the years we've been doing this show. He got his hands on one. He then decided to try and sell it on eBay.
The first person ever to try and sell it on eBay.
It brings such shame upon the show and upon the individual to sell it.
And upon the watch itself.
That unfortunately, that watch is now tainted. That watch is cursed.
Yep.
We were able, with some quick thinking, Ando, to rip it down off eBay, Give this.
We paid for it.
Didn't want to admit that. Give this scoundrel
much less
ransom.
Much less.
Oh, much less than priceless, which should have been its buy now amount. So much less than infinity. So we've got a pretty good deal there. It's on its way back to us, but now the watch is cursed,
and we're trying to search for a bottomless pit or an abyss or some. It's very difficult to find a bottomless pit.
What do we do with a cursed item? We shouldn't even. No way we should touch this with our hands. Yeah. This watch. No. This watch is the poison. It's the poisoned watch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the black watch.
It's the black watch. Hey,
probably we open up the post pack and it like hisses and some acid comes out.
Brent, the Mixmaster, he stepped out of his field here, Ham. He's got a suggestion for the watch. He said, I know that we're looking for a bottomless pit. He's travelling to Greece later on. He's going on a journey on a small yacht, and he's happy to throw it in the deepest area of the Aegean Sea.
That's lovely, but even the Aegean has a bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not bottomless.
And I also think that the watch would float.
Sometimes very high-end watches will float to prove they're not witches.
Also, even though we trust Brent the Mixmaster,
which will watch,
we wouldn't dare give him the
if we
chance.
give him this one, he's got two.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he does have a watch.
Temptation would be too much. Yeah.
And,
any other suggestions?
I mean, he'd have one in the black watch. He'd actually have no watches.
Because it's like a black hole.
It's worth -1.
Okay.
But I'm getting into legal jargon that will bore people. Danny Tucker has dropped us a line. He said, how he said, love the idea of a bottomless pit, but how do you put something in a bottomless pit? He said it's very difficult to find something with no bottom, except what about if you go to a cafe or one of those places that does bottomless cups of coffee? You then get the cup of coffee, fill it up, put the watch in the coffee, and then seal it tight. And then he writes in capitals, make sure the lid is on tight, because you don't want any coffee to spill out or even very slowly evaporate over 1,000 years. Yeah. He said this is traditionally what's done to trap a curse in a capsule. Yeah, you know, you might see like a floating monkey head or something on the jar of Indiana Jones's friend's office on his wall. Traditionally, I agree with Danny. Yeah. Airtight, bottomless cup of coffee. So it's in there and it's airtight, but then from there we work on disposing it.
I'm worried, Ham, again, that kind of manoeuvre is just opening us up to someone staking out coffee shops waiting for us to come in to try and steal the watch. And that's why we come to Luke now, who joins us. He's a pyrotechnic. Luke, we think the only way to deal with this is to blow up the watch. Thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, how are you?
How are you, Luke?
Good, Luke.
Can I just say we're still mulling over this idea from Daniel who wrote in. He does say put it in the coffee jar and write do not open on the jar as much as possible. And, says, and then one of his options is blow it up.
So Luke,
is there explosives powerful enough to blow up a jar?
Blow up a jar. There's definitely explosives powerful enough to blow.
Wow.
I'm not sure what you really actually got in mind, but it's
just a small jar at this stage.
Basically, it's just could be a tin. It could be a tin as well.
Luke,
okay.
In your situation with explosives, how much did it bust apart? Like if we had a watch.
Yeah.
How many pieces do you think the watch could be guaranteed to be in? Because we wouldn't want scavengers going back to the site trying to collect all those pieces and build themselves a watch.
Well, look, to give you a bit of an idea, just for testing purposes, right? Obviously, it was under controlled environment, circumstances, of course. We put a couple of concussions in an esky the other day, which is basically a pyrotechnic effect, and it disintegrated the esky.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Do you think our watch is stronger than
if it was a tin with a watch in it, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have many pieces left.
Yeah, great. What are the chances? I'm just guarding against something here. So we blow it up in a field.
Yeah, in a field,
What if someone came in afterwards and set some explosives around the edge and blew it back together?
Has that ever happened?
What would the probabilities of blowing the watch back together be?
Back together?
Yeah.
Pretty low.
Yeah. Okay, good. I've just got to guard against all possibilities.
Great news, Luke. Thank you very much for joining us. Always nice to have an expert on to be able to tell you now, if categorically that you can't blow a watch back together.
If I'd have said we're blowing it back together, you would have looked at me and gone, well, that sounds right, but you're guessing.
It's all we've got time for, Haim, today.
All right, well, so we know what we're doing.
We're going to blow it up.
We put it in the bottomless coffee first, seal it up.
Let's blow it up Friday week. Let's give ourselves a 10-day run at this to blow it up.
Yep.
Friday week will be Demolition Day.
Boom.
D-Day. And look, of course, we'll revisit this in the next few weeks to work out exactly how we do it. HamishAndy.com for anything you might have missed. The podcast is there. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Have a good night.
That was the Hamish and Andy Show podcast, powered by Amy. Lucky you're with Amy.